Okay, let's make the base subassembly of the fidget spinner motor. And you can see it here. So we've got a board here. And into that board on the bottom we have a countersink hole to accommodate the head of the carriage bolt, which is right here, so that it doesn't stick out the bottom. And then the carriage bolt, of course, here. And then we have a washer and a nut. And I think we'll put in another washer here. Actually, no, we won't. We won't put a washer there. So this is just the basic version of the base. So let's give this a shot. So what we want to do is start here, come to the plus sign, and we want to create a variable studio. So this will allow us to give some names to some variables, so if we want to change them later, we can easily do that. So our first name here is going to be the length of our base. So I'm going to write len base, enter, and you can see it's a length here, and I'm going to initially put in 4 inches. We may change that later, I don't know. How about the width of the base? And I'm going to initially put that one as 4 as well. And finally, the thickness of the base, THK base, and that's going to be 0.75 inches, so 3/4 inch piece of stock. And I think that's all we need right now. So right here you can see that this is checked, insert into all part studios and assembly, so I can use these names here in any part studio or assembly I want. And let's move on then to the part studio here. Let's rename this, how about base? And first thing I'm going to do is put a sketch on the top plane here, and then press N to make the sketch plane perpendicular to you. I'm going to come up here to the center point rectangle, and I'm going to start at the origin and pull out, and left click here, and then actually I'm going to go ahead and just press enter and enter to give those a dimension, and then I'm going to come back here and double click on them, and now I can write, just type the letter L, and it's going to give me the option for my variable here. So I'm going to click on there, press enter, and then for this one as well, I'm going to double click, and now it's width. So I'm going to choose width base here, like so. And I'm going to close that sketch by clicking the green check mark, press Shift 7 to put an isometric view. And now I'm going to click the extrude button, click there, and I'm going to come up by, let's see, TH, thickness of the base. And I've got my base without the hole in it. So I'm going to press P to get rid of the origin planes. Let me rename this to base. And since this is going to be a piece of wood, I'm going to edit its appearance by giving it a color of some wood there. And I'm going to right click here and go to assign material. And let's, do we have pine? No. How about some sort of wood? How about basswood? That's a nice generic piece of wood. There we go. Okay, so there's our base. And now, as you'll recall, what we need to do is we need to put a countersink hole at the bottom here, right in the middle. And so let's do that now. And so I'm going to put a sketch plane on the bottom. Press N to get the sketch plane normal to me. And then I'm going to put a point right here at the origin. I know that that's the center of the base because I built it that way, so I'm going to accept that. So I've got this point here. The reason I did that is so I could use the hole tool here. So if I click hole, we want a counterbore, actually. And the hole type is going to be clearance. And the size, what they want here is the size of the hole here, and that's going to be 3/8. And then down here, they want to know the size of the counterbore part. That's going to be 1 inch, and it's going to go down by 3/8 of an inch. So this should give us a counterbore of the right dimensions. Let's see if it does. We'll accept that, and we'll, oops, forgot to do that. Okay, so we'll click the hole button here. We'll choose counterbore. It's going to be a clearance hole. The size of the hole, the diameter is going to be 3/8. The top here is going to be 1 inch. And there we go. So let's accept that. And I think you can see that we've got our counterbore there. Counterbore. So Shift 7. And what we can do to check that is we can go to section view and click on this plane here, and then we can pull this back. And you can see how that hole looks. And so this will accommodate the head of the carriage bolt, and then the shaft will come through here, and we'll have it there. Okay. So there is our base. Now we're going to go into the assembly, and we don't need to make anything anymore. We just need to import parts, the hardware. So we're going to insert a base in there. And before you click over here in the white area, we're going to hit the green check mark. That'll put it right at the origin. And then I'm going to immediately come over here to the base, right click, fix it, so it's there. And now I think I am going to, we're going to go to McMaster and see if we can get those parts. So if we come over here, we're going to go to McMaster car. So if I click here, this will take me to McMaster. Awesome place where everything you might want exists if you're a tinkerer. So let's copy that search string and put it in here. Paste and then search. And you'll see it takes us to low strength steel square neck carriage bolts. And the one we want is 3 inches long and has a 5/16 inch threads and 18 threads per inch. And what we want to do is come here and change this to 3D step. So we'll click there and then we'll download this. And it'll give us a really long name with the search string here and then some descriptors: zinc plated grade 2 steel square necked carriage bolt. So let's save it there. And I've been getting this error a few times. Let me try that again. Download, save. I think it may have worked that time. So if I go to my downloads, there it is right there. And it should be a step file, as you can see right here. So now we can take this and we can come over here to the plus sign and we can import that step file. So I'm going to select it, open, and let's just take the default options there, and it's going to tell me that it's trying to import that stuff. Oh, there it is. It takes a minute. I can turn the origin planes off by pressing P and then F to look at it here. Okay. Now let's go in and let's insert that into our assembly. There it is. And let's turn it around so it's oriented more like it will be in the final assembly. There we go. And now what I want to do is make a fastened mate between this hole and this area here. So what's going to happen when we make this is this square part is going to sort of embed into the wood and make it rigidly attached there. So let's see how that works. So here is our fastened mate. So I'll click there, come around here, and click there, and then over here I can just come to right there and click there. Shift 7 to kind of orient it so we can see what's going on, and it looks like it worked okay. Let's just accept it and then we can take a look at it. So there it is, and let's go ahead and use the section view here to see if that, yeah, it looks like it worked okay. Yeah. Okay, so this video is getting kind of long, so I think I'm going to end it here and pick it up with a second video on this topic, and thanks for watching.